Scientists know more about space than the ocean, according to Columbia University's Earth Institute. So in a sense, a majority of the creatures lurking below the surface may as well be aliens. Meanwhile, researchers from Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia, Canada, believe that 91% of these marine animals are still unknown to us. You love weird marine creatures. So do we. Let's nerd out over them together. Of the 235,000 or so species we do know about, many have adapted to their environment with peculiar camouflage, bioluminescence, and mating habits, leading to some seriously strange appearances. Number 12. Coffin fish. Also known as the sea toad, these deepwater fishes are relatives of the frogfish. These creatures have a small lure, protruding from a depression behind their eyes. Coffin fish use it to lure prey toward them, and because there is so little light at the depths where they live, it allows them to quickly attack. According to Smithsonian Magazine, these fish also boast such sizable gills that they can increase their body volume by up to 30% upon inhaling a significant quantity of water. That would be the equivalent of a human inflating their lungs to become the size of their full abdomen. Not exactly possible. Number 11. Flamingo tongue snail. With a name like flamingo tongue snail and the flamboyant coloration to match, you might think this Siphola gibbosum has a shell worthy of collecting. Not so. All of the flamingo tongue snail's color comes from the soft parts of its body, which envelop its shell. When threatened, it can retract its mantle flaps, exposing its true shell. Number 10. Nudibranch. With over 3,000 different species on record, the nudibranch is an extremely versatile kind of sea slug. These little guys are found pretty much everywhere, in both shallow and deep waters, from the North and South Poles and into the tropics. There are two distinct kinds: dorid nudibranchs, which are smooth with feather-like gills on their back to help them breathe, and eolid nudibranchs, which breathe through a different kind of organ also located on their backs called serrata. Because the tiny nudibranch lacks a shell, it instead protects itself with bright camouflage meant as a warning signal. But perhaps their wildest adaptation of all is the ability to quite literally swallow, digest, and reuse stinging cells from prey. Number 9. Giant isopod. These guys are native to chilly deep waters and can grow to be quite large. In 2010, a remotely operated underwater vehicle discovered a giant isopod measuring 2.5 feet. These crustaceans, which sort of resemble a massive woodworm, are carnivores and usually feed on dead animals that fall down from the ocean's surface. Despite their discovery back in 1879, these creatures mostly remain a mystery. However, it's believed that giant isopods grow so large in order to withstand the pressure at the bottom of the sea. Number 8. The squidworm. Researchers with the Census of Marine Zooplankton first discovered the squidworm in 2007 during a cruise in a remotely operated vehicle some 1.8 miles underwater. The funky-looking fish is named for the 10 appendages protruding from its head, which look like tentacles. The squidworm uses these to collect debris falling from the open waters above, known as marine snow. Number 7. Box crab. Like so many other sea creatures, the box crab is a master of disguise. In this case, the crustacean, which mostly keeps to the seabed, buries itself beneath the sand, with just its eyes protruding from the mucky depths. One of the most fascinating aspects of the box crab's life cycle is its mating habits, which literally redefine what it means to be swept off your feet. When the male box crab has found its mate, it grasps onto her with its claws and carries her around the seafloor until she molts her shell. Number 6. Christmas tree worm. Scientists found this strange creature at the Great Barrier Reef's Lizard Island and named it, aptly, the Christmas tree worm. The spiral branches are actually the worm's breathing and feeding apparatuses, while the worm itself lives in a tube. These tree-like crowns are covered in hair-like appendages called radioles. These are used for breathing and catching prey, but they can be withdrawn if the Christmas tree worm feels threatened. Number 5. Frilled shark. The frilled shark, Chlamydocelicus anguineus, is one of the gnarliest-looking creatures in the sea. If it looks like an ancient beast, that's because it is. The prehistoric creature's roots go back 80 million years. The frilled shark can grow to about 7 feet long and is named for the frilly appearance of its gills. Although shark in name, these animals swim in a distinctly serpentine fashion, much like an eel. They mostly feed on squid, usually swallowing their prey whole. Number 4. Ribbon eel. Usually seen nestled into burrows around coral reefs, the ribbon eel, sometimes called the leaf-nosed moray eel, lives in Indonesian waters from East Africa to southern Japan, Australia, and French Polynesia. The juveniles start out black, with a pale yellow strip along the fins, and as they grow, transitions to a bright blue and yellow coloring. These eels are considered protrandic hermaphrodites, meaning they change sex from male to female several times throughout their lives. Number 3. Frogfish. It's so easy to miss the frogfish, because these types of anglerfish, there are over 50 species of them, are nearly identical to their surroundings, mostly coral reefs. They resemble sponges or algae-covered rocks and come in pretty much every color and texture imaginable. Some frogfish even use their camouflage not to hide, but rather to mimic poison sea slugs. No matter their appearance, one thing all species of frogfish have in common is their strange mode of locomotion. Although they can swim, most walk along their pectoral fins, which have evolved into arm-like limbs, including a joint that resembles an elbow. Number 2. Pink see-through fantasia. Its name makes it sound like a piece of sexy lingerie, but don't be fooled. The pink see-through fantasia is a sea cucumber, found about 1.5 miles deep into the Celebes Sea in the western Pacific east of Borneo. It was only discovered a little over a decade ago, back in 2007, but the curious sea cucumber has a survival tactic that points to its long-time evolution: bioluminescence to ward off predators. The pink see-through fantasia is named for its transparent skin, through which its mouth, anus, and intestines are all visible. Number 1. Peacock mantis shrimp. Found in the Indian and tropical western Pacific Oceans, the peacock mantis shrimp is a candy-colored crustacean known for its ability to quickly punch prey with its front 2 appendages. According to Oceana, the International Ocean Preservation Advocacy Group, this shrimp's punch is one of the fastest movements in the animal kingdom, so much so that it's strong enough to break an aquarium's glass wall. But no worries, they mostly only use their fists of steel to break open mollusks and dismember crabs. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.